I remembered why I thought about the whole name thing. Because this morning at the doctor, I ran into this guy that I met like a year ago or something. And he acted like we were all old friends. And I really didn't remember him. And then I was like, where'd we meet? And he was all offended. Dude, get over it. I've forgotten more important people than you. And I took a stab in the dark and I was like, okay, Cupid. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, right, but where? And he told me, and then I remembered a little bit, but okay, what I'm about to say is going to sound like very stereotypical, and it's not. It's just who I've met. So he, of all the Middle Eastern men I've met from the dating sites, they've all been named Ali, and they're all engineers. One of them explained to me why that was, and it's a test you take in high school or at the end of high school. The highest you can score can land you into being a doctor, and the next highest is engineer, and you only get to take the test once. So you can choose what type of doctor or engineer, but you don't get to choose what you want to be. So you choose what you want to be and you study really, really hard. And of course, everybody wants to, get the highest they can on the test. And if you don't make it, which I found out today was 90 or above, because this Ali told me that he made an 89, and that's got to be heartbreaking. That if you don't make it, that you're stuck, being an engineer. And I suppose there are worse things to be, Tara and Greg are engineers, and several of my brothers-in-law are engineers. So, yeah. So this guy was, I asked every single Middle Eastern guy I've met has been named Ali. And I'm like, why is that such a common name? And Alex told me that it is the most common last name of, like, in the world. More than Smith and Jones and Anderson all combined. So I asked this guy today if he goes by his last name, if that's his last name, because it would make sense if they all go by their last name. And he says that they go by their holy name. And I was like, I guess that means last name? And he's like, holy name. Like, okay. Little, lost in translation thing. So holy name, I guess, means last name. But it's a really common last name. I'm not doubting Alex on this one. So there's just a lot of reasons I need to give up dating again, for real. Every time I threaten to because of a bad experience, I'm back on within 3 weeks. And then after my last boyfriend, which was a really bad experience, I was off for months. And now I'm back on, but I don't really care. So I think I'm going to go back off again because it's just energy. I just don't have it. So I'm going to maybe talk to people at doctor's offices so I can meet more people, or be the person who's forgotten them that we met. Apparently, I met this Ali guy several times. Yeah, well, it happens, okay? Don't be all offended. I forget a lot of people.